Hey, I think I'm live.
Yay, I will check shortly.
This is why I was talking last night about, man, data management on the PS3 sure is a good time because it's.
One, of course it is, and two, did you not have enough space to install Deathly Premonition?
I did not because it is 12 gigabytes.
That's something.
So basically, I just deleted a couple of the installs for like games I had already streamed, and I was like, oh, you're good.
Also, my Xbox now has a 1 terabyte drive with nearly every game on it.
That's a lot of Xbox games.
Hmm.
I saw you were talking about hold the controller firmly and then don't punch people with it. Got it, sweary. Um, I did not realize that the Xbox Counter Strike had bots in it because
Uh-huh.
every time I'd go to like old game stores back when those were a thing that existed, they would always have copies of Xbox Counter Strike for like $15, and I was like, that seems weird because original Xbox Live doesn't exist anymore.
And maybe they didn't know. It's hard to say.
I feel like I've streamed the opening of this game like 5 times, but we're gonna actually play it this time.
Oh,
Weird kids.
oh, yep, yeah.
It's dangerous to run around here, boys.
Grandpa, hurry! Hurry up! Grandpa, you're too slow.
Oh, one of those kids is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Going well.
As well as it can be when you're starting this.
Whatever, this is great.
It is, but it's, it's great for very specific reasons.
Yes. I mean, there are
Look,
no.
there are worse games you could be playing.
This is true. And because I was going to make a joke about there are no other, third-person shooters with vaguely horror-themed over trappings out recently.
Definitely not. And none of those have a swarm of bizarre zombie-style enemies.
No. And boobs. None of those have boobs either.
Yeah, none of them. Not a one. Definitely not even a single incredibly awkwardly animated sex scene thrown in.
That lady is having a bad time.
I mean, not anymore.
Well, true.
In fact, compared to the time she recently had, I would say it's probably a pretty good time.
You're not wrong.
Also, Jesus Christ, old man. You have any idea how much this is going to cost in therapy bills?
I like the idea that he somehow did not notice the lady until he got close.
Like, that seems like the kind of thing, yeah, stop looking at your feet. What are you doing? It's like, oh man, there's a frog down there. It's like, oh shit.
I opened the door to my car recently and there was a frog underneath the door of the car, but like on the metal. was very weird.
Weird. Just hanging out, I guess.
Just hanging out. It was
Seems like
hot.
an odd place for a frog to hang out. Honestly, I'm just glad there's still frogs hanging out.
Yeah.
Also, Snake, what are you even doing up there?
Don't worry about it.
Stop being symbolic.
No.
Damn it. What you
Yeah.
don't understand is that the killer trained that snake off screen. It's like, no, you gotta just wait 30 minutes, and then you climb up there.
Until you see people, then you climb up there.
Yeah. No, you know, that's what the old man was looking at when he walked up. He was watching the snake on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably what it was. And he just let it go right past those kids. Oh, sure, kids. Now, oh wait, you're not upset. You're looking at a bug.
Yeah, no.
Fucking psychopaths. I thought they were like huddled and like, oh man, this is upsetting to us. And it was like, no.
No.
This is crazy.
Those kids grow up to be serial killers.
Probably. Deadly Premonition 3 coming whenever.
Coming fucking never.
Hey, you would
Yeah.
have said the same thing about Deadly Premonition.
You're not
Motherfucker.
wrong. The degree to which you are not wrong cannot be overstated.
If there's one thing this year should have taught everyone is that you can't expect anything.
Yeah. Also, like all those games getting finished that we never thought would happen, like FF7 Remake and Last Guardian and PSO2 English. And...
FF7 Remake finished in quotation
Okay.
marks.
There is something you can buy and play that is called FF7 Remake. Let's leave it
Fair.
at that.
It is definitely called FF7 Remake.
And they sold it for money.
Yeah. Your friend and mine, Larry. I probably have a save data, but we're just gonna start from the beginning.
I just want there to be, like, a fucking Metal Gear Solid 5 style thing. Like, you know how that had the credits before every mission that just said Hideo Kojima game?
A sweary game.
That, but I also want a mini disclaimer that says Swery has never seen Twin Peaks. Just before, every time a cutscene starts, you just get that little disclaimer.
We were playing the PS3 version for the reason of PC version crashes in weird places, and then it makes you have to put it in Windows 95 compatibility mode, which is hilarious.
Huh. Okay.
And the 360 version isn't the director's cut. And neither is the Switch version, weirdly enough. So PS3, it is. There's this weird little girl humming Amazing Grace.
Yeah, sure.
This was not in the original version.
I want to hear
was
another
not.
story.
You get a different intro with
Yes.
York,
Of course.
like
Old
walk.
Man York.
No, it wasn't Old Man York
Waiting a long
in the
I
original
think
intro.
it's in this one.
Oh no, Old Man York's in this one. I'm talking
Special
about the
one.
Okay,
original
yeah.
intro for
story
Oh, yeah.
Vanilla
is
Deadly
very
Premonition.
strange and
Yeah, it was just
very
York running down the
nasty.
weird
The
red
Somewhat
leaf hallway,
nostalgic.
yes,
Do you
and he meets
think
the twins,
you
I
can
think,
be a
and one of
good
them is like,
girl
yo, hold your breath.
Listen
Yes.
He's like,
all
"Alright,
the way
rad."
to the end.
Is it a scary story?
And instead, there's this adorable teddy bear with a tie.
Might be, but it's also a very important story. If you
Alright,
don't
tiny
want
child, I'm gonna
hear
tell you
it,
some fucked up shit.
I can tell
Get over
you a
here.
different story.
Alright, kid, you
I
need to
wanna
hear
hear
the stories of the world.
This way, I won't be scared.
You wanna hear about a dead body?
Will you?
You want to hear about multiple dead bodies?
Leave the sound down like always. Now, listen. This is important.
I can tell you a different story if you're a
At
punk.
times, we must purge things from this world because they should not exist. Even if it means losing someone that you love.
All right. Oh, okay. I think this is the original opening. Now here's these kids.
Could you wait just a little longer?
Yeah, this looks like the original opening. Also, is the implication that shitty TV in this
This
room
won't take long.
room?
Probably.
So why does yours have such a shitty TV?
Don't worry about it. Oh boy.
Is he a Smash player?
Yeah. Yes.
Couldn't you wait a little longer, TFP?
I'm sorry, weird children.
No, it's okay. That kid says it won't take long. It's fine. One stream done. Speed run of Deadly Premonition starts now. Have control.
Oh, here we
Sorry
go.
to keep you waiting. It will start
Sorry
soon.
to keep you waiting.
It's about time to get
Liquid and solid here.
I had the urge lately to replay Metal Gear Solid 5, and then I remembered how long that opening mission is, and I was like, maybe I don't want to replay Metal Gear Solid 5.
It's pretty long.
Have
Then-
you ever had that where like a cinematic quote-unquote part of a game
Zach,
is like really long and it
can you
makes
hear me?
kills your desire
It's
to
me,
play through that part of the
York.
game?
Yeah.
If you can hear my voice,
I'm trying to
Could you
think of
respond?
like something like that recently.
Or like a game with a really, well, I mean, I guess it's most similar to like a game with a really slow
I thought
opening
you went to sleep.
you just look at and you're like, nah. Like I want to play the game,
Zach,
but I'm not willing to
don't be
sit through this
surprised.
one slow part to get to
The
the
crime
game.
took place
I feel like that's been me trying to play Persona 5
Let's take it
Royal
slow.
recently, which was not helped by
okay.
Persona 4 Golden coming out on Steam.
Yep.
Because don't get me wrong, Persona 4 Golden has a slow opening, but it is I
I
really
maintain that the
Sure, that's
slow
one way of
opening
looking
in
at it.
4 is not nearly as
But it's
bad. as
totally
the
wrong.
opening in 5.
I would agree with that, and we had this discussion in
Yeah.
a non-stream thing where it's like Persona 5 is just
Listen,
so much
they
starting
both
and stopping.
Need each other.
It is
It's called
just
interdependency, and they both know it.
It is
Yeah, I
constantly,
know.
you've
He
gotten
does
to play the
terrible
game
things
for
to
20
Tom.
minutes.
Nasty,
We're going to kick you out of the dungeon and let
But
you
that's
sit through a bunch
fine,
more.
as long as
before
that's
back
what
in.
Tom wants.
Oh, you got back in? It's okay, we're going to throw you out again.
He's always asking for it.
yeah.
It's his partner's job to fulfill that.
I love
need,
this
and
opening.
Jerry
Speak
knows
when
that.
not related to openings, but
This opening is amazing.
Well, in
Orc's
the Tom and
fucking
Jerry show,
phone
they live with each
conversation
other.
here is my favorite.
Hello?
having a conversation about Tom and Jerry while
Hello?
talking on a cell phone while driving, while typing on a laptop while smoking.
But like,
believe the Bureau still
the
can't get me a
specific
satellite
way
phone.
they do this opening, I fucking love it. Because he's sitting there, he's having this
These puppies are
conversation
making me
about
go to
Tom
another town
and this weird codependency thing,
Well,
and then like, oh yeah, it's his partner's
that's
job
a
to
big
fulfill
waste
that
of
need,
time.
and Jerry knows
At least
it.
it'll get me
And
credits.
then after that line,
It's
they
accurate.
bring up the actual Tom and Jerry show. So I want to say it was during the Giant Bomb
Perpetrator from the
Endurance
last
run, I
case
think,
really was
where
something.
Jeff was talking about that, or maybe it was Ryan. And they were basically
Thought
like,
they'd
oh,
be
that's cute.
razors
They're like
last
doing a
week,
thing where
nails.
he's like talking about Tom and Jerry, but not actually referencing the show. And then he just immediately name drops the show, and they were like, oh shit, he was actually talking about Tom and Jerry. And I like that, like,
See this?
it's a weird
I got
kind of
this
thing.
when I arrested the Catwoman wannabe.
It's almost like they let you think that they're just being cute and
Crazy.
talking around it, and then they're like, no, that's
No.
actually
Exactly.
I don't know. It's really, I really like that. It's a small thing, but I really like it.
This is a
There's a
tone
lot
setter.
of really good. There's a lot of really good writing in this game, and that part right there where he's talking about the scar is another really good bit of writing.
Yeah,
It won't come up for a very long time.
it
but
will
it's
not.
Very, very good. I mean, aside from the part where everybody in town's gonna mention that scar.
Yeah, and these monkey squirrels.
Well, okay. Look, it's a lot of very good writing mixed in with also these squirrels sound like monkeys. Deadly Premonition is a bewildering game for a lot of reasons. Also, this fucking soundtrack.
Yeah.
I forgot about the music when he's going off road. Ah, this fucking game, man.
It's so good.
How the fuck did Swery stay in the industry long enough to make this? After Spy Fiction.
I've not played Spy Fiction.
I've not played Spy Fiction. I've never seen Spy Fiction in motion. But I'm still gonna trash talk Spy Fiction because it's Spy Fiction. I'm just going to assume.
So
One day you
I've
could
watched
prove
some
me
Let's Plays of
wrong.
that game, and that game is something.
So
I'm
I
shocked
actually
you didn't start with Spy Fiction.
well, I don't have Spy Fiction is the problem, and
I'm shocked you didn't acquire Spy Fiction.
I've been looking. And then my other train of thought here is I could emulate it, but effort.
Yeah, I get that.
And we all saw how well the last time I tried to stream a PS2 emulated game went with Blood Omen 2.
Look, I feel like you can't really blame emulation for that one.
Fair. The game was
That
cursed.
was that was Blood Omen 2. There's a lot wrong with Blood Omen 2, based on the fact that it is Blood Omen 2.
But I will say, I
Steel
I feel like the train of sweary directed video games that goes from like Spy Fiction to this to D4 to The Missing is like fascinating because like I don't know a lot about Spy Fiction, but it's kind of just like a bad Metal Gear Solid ripoff, right?
I was thinking pad siphon filter.
Either way,
Something about Spy Fiction has always made me think siphon filter. I don't know why.
it's awkward other video game thing
Yeah.
is the way to describe Spy Fiction. And then you go to this, which is definitely not Twin Peaks, mixed
Definitely
with
not. I mean, he'd never seen it. So.
he'd never seen it, mixed with definitely not Resident Evil 4.
Looks like we're being
Of course
welcomed.
not.
But
Zach, I'll let you handle
it's
Pay no
more,
attention to this forest you're starting in.
yeah, don't worry about it. It's a little more definitely not Twin Peaks than not Resident Evil 4, so it's like still kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And then you go to D4, which is like an adventure game, and we're starting to get into like weird, wholly original, sweary stuff. And then you hit The Missing, which is like one of my favorite games of that year.
Mm-hmm.
Like the arc that Swery has gone on.
Yeah, I will say that I am incredibly interested in whatever the fuck the Premonition 2 is going to be. That is.
Yeah,
Because I have no idea what the fuck that game is going to be story-wise, like gameplay-wise, really. Presumably it'll be similar to this, but I don't know.
they put out like
I
a
can't honestly say that.
they put out a 17-minute gameplay video.
I have not seen that.
I skimmed through some of it.
Does it look anything like this?
They didn't show any combat.
Okay.
It was
That's
all
already a plus.
yeah. It was all York and the little girl like in a diner and
Okay.
going around Le Carré.
Because, like, I'm gonna be honest, for all I know, fucking Deadly Premonition 2, you get into a fight, and York just immediately, like, it transfers into a fucking card battle system. I don't know what is going to happen with that game. At all.
I will say, oh boy, the frame rate in the city,
Is not
Is-
fantastic.
dire.
But what if that's an artistic choice?
It might be. Also, York has a skateboard that he gets around on.
God damn it.
Yeah, no, that's...
Can you do tricks?
Yes.
And how in depth is the trick system?
They didn't show that, but
Is-
I was looking on Amazon because I kind of want to get a physical copy, and I don't want to go to a store to get it.
I thought you
And-
were gonna say you wanted to get one of those physical skateboard controllers.
No,
Okay.
I'm
Alright.
not gonna play Tony Hawk Ride on stream.
But what if you played Deadly Premonition 2 via the Ride skateboard?
That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, it would.
But it mentioned that you can customize and upgrade your skateboard for easier tricks.
God. If Deadly Premonition 2 is just a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, but with, like, investigations on the side.
That sounds great!
It does!
We gotta cut this stream. I gotta edit that out so I can work on that in my spare time.
You're skateboard detective. Imagine the tricks these people could pull off on a skateboard, all folded backwards like that.
It'd be really impressive.
See, they're already getting ready because all they gotta do is like have that one hand go down and grab the edge of the board and bam.
What arcana is Tony Hawk?
I'm gonna feel like I'm just gonna go with the Hanged Man.
Not Chariot?
No.
I can start profiling, but I don't have all the stuff, so we're not gonna
Been
do
through a
that.
lot of crazy situations, but that one takes the cake. It's the first time I've been attacked so directly. Zach, can you give me a logical explanation about what that was?
No, I cannot.
Never mind, don't answer. Life is fun because of the mysteries. Right, Zach?
Gotta save at the phones. Playing something recently where you had to save at phones, and I don't remember what it was.
I like a good in-universe save system.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, and I don't mean Persona 4 style, because you're saving at fucking butterflies. That doesn't count.
Yeah, no.
Magical butterfly save point doesn't count, even though technically in-universe that is a thing.
Well, like,
No.
that's not the only save point, because, like, you can save at the calendar and whatnot in your house, because there's no magical butterflies
see,
in
the
your
calendar,
house.
yeah, the calendar makes sense. That's the kind of thing I'm referring to. The idea of saving it like an actual thing. Like here where you're calling in, or like games where you save like by actually writing something down in a notebook or whatever. I like things like that.
Silent Hill 1,
Yeah.
Resident
Silent Hill
Evil.
3, I feel Silent Hill 3, I feel is iffy. Because you were saving it like magical sigils drawn all over the place.
Yeah.
But also, the main character is reacting to how fucking weird it is that there are these magical sigils all over the place. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like that one's iffy. But I'd say it probably veers on the side of not.
Still good, though.
It is cool.
See that
Aw.
Agent Honor.
Grind
What's up?
this rail for Agent Honor. God, I hope Agent Honor is still the currency. And I hope you get it for doing sick tricks.
Like, remember how in this game, like, if you don't shower, you get the thing that's, like, stinky agent? Like,
Yes.
I want, like, radical agent. For doing just the sickest skateboard tricks.
What happens if you fall off the board? Do you lose?
You get lousy agent.
Lame agent.
Poser agent.
Aw. How fucking old is York?
I don't know.
Motherfucker out here skateboarding around the fucking... Jesus Christ. The people in this game already look at him like a fucking weirdo.
I mean, he is, though.
No, I know, but how much weirder is he gonna look fucking skateboarding around doing tricks in the middle of a murder investigation?
To be fair, he's a lot younger in that, because it's like a... The York sections are a prequel, and then there's another section where you play as some lady. And
Who's
those
like,
are...
yeah, working with Old Man York.
Yes. Old Man York, and definitely not Evil Man, who's like bald and has a mustache.
Wow, big stereo.
Looks like the fucking guy from Command and Conquer. Like, come on. That man does not turn evil at some point. I will be very surprised.
Please. Close it.
Gave up on using my infinite ammo handgun. Now I'm just hitting things again because it's so much faster.
Just gonna put this picture in Discord.
Oh boy. Yeah! Look at him. He did not succeed at his skateboard tricks.
He did not. What the fuck is Yakuza never had a skateboarding?
They did have they had the taxi cab minigame.
Yeah. Like you could taxi drift and things like that.
Maybe no. There's skateboarding in Judgment.
Oh, okay, there we go. Hey, Judgment's not a Yakuza game.
Well,
Is it called Yakuza Judgment? No, I didn't think so.
there was also that recent like Sega survey that they put out. It was like, have you heard of these series? Yakuza, Shin Megami Tensei, Judgment. So you know.
Dinner, I gotta go.
Alright.
Be here. Playing Deadly Premonition.
There are way worse ways to spend your day.
The fuse box. Oh, hello. Love to shoot backwards zombies. I also like the idea that you're getting more money for headshots. Like, someone's watching you do sick headshots, and it's like, man, $10.
See, instead, I prefer the idea that York is just incredibly honest. And whoever he's reporting to at the FBI is like, no, York would tell me exactly how many headshots he got. He would never exaggerate the number of headshots he got to get extra agent honor. So I'm just like, every time you call in to report and save the game, they're just like, yeah, alright. You shot how many zombies in the face? Awesome, York. Wiring this directly to your account. Nice shot. appreciate that the exchange rate of honor is currently 1-to-1 US dollars.
Yeah.
Does that mean the more money you have, the more honorable you are? Is that the way we can extrapolate this?
The,
I feel like
the more honorable you are in the eyes of the FBI.
that. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Let's check it. Explains a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Also, this part where the FBI is just like totally willing to accept York's explanation that he's shooting a bunch of zombies in the woods, and also pay him for killing all of these zombies.
Oh, you know.
And also give him an unlimited handgun ammo.
He needs that for the zombies in the woods. Come on.
Yeah. Why the fuck are the woods full of explosive barrels?
Don't worry about it.
I'm worried about it. This is a hazard.
Yeah.
If it wasn't raining right now, do you know how many forest fires you would destroy? Also, wait, there's another crashed car out here.
Yeah.
And that one's actively on fire.
Yeah.
I don't think York mentions that when he makes it to civilization.
No.
Whose car was that? It must have crashed recently because it's currently on fire. In the middle of a rainstorm.
Where'd the driver go?
Who's the...
I don't think that ever comes up again.
No, I don't think so. I just now realized it. This is clearly a very recent crash. The car is still smoking and on fire.
It's fine.
Also, I like, where did the driver go? Why did he just leave his car? As York fights the swarm of zombies around the burning car.
Why would he leave it though? It's a nice car.
Yeah, clearly. I don't know how he could just abandon. Oh, and with the live power lines slapping against the window. You just noticed that part.
Yeah, it's fine. There goes that guy.
Hey. And he's just like, alright, I'm out. I had enough energy for one.
I'm just gonna wag my finger at you and leave.
He burned all his meter, whiffed that super, and now he's out. He's gonna go crouch jab behind a tree until his next attempt.
See, now that I have all of the stuff... Oh, it's just gonna automatically do the thing.
Is it time for profiling?
It is. I think this is also just like
know-
almost the entire game.
I
This
know how
first
much
one?
you love profiling.
It's true. See what you did.
I mean, hey, you're in the FBI. You gotta be in character.
Really, I'm more into landscaping these days.
There's definitely something in this town. Do you feel it, Zach? My coffee warned me about it. Yesterday morning,
lollipop.
the milk I poured in my coffee made a
Fucking
sound.
loading screen is positioned in such a way that for a second it looked like the end result of your profiling was lollipop. Like, thinking about all these murders got me hungry. There's definitely something in this town, he says with the giant red tentacle plants guarding the pathway behind him, through the zombie forest.
With the man with the axe
Who the
in
f-
the raincoat.
Who the fuck cares what the milk in your coffee said, York?
The milk in
You
his
just fought
coffee
your way
is
through a
very
supernatural nightmare. You just fought your way through a supernatural nightmare zone. Also, yeah, that's a pretty long message for fucking milk and coffee. Do you think it spelled it out like one letter at a time, and he had to sit there with a fucking piece of paper and just like write it each individual letter as it appeared?
Yes.
Do you think at some point he missed a letter and had to ask it to go back, and then the coffee obliged?
No, York's very detail oriented.
Yeah, York would never miss that.
No.
And if he did, Zach would have caught it. So.
Yeah. I like how there are 3
They're an
identical
unstoppable
signs, including like
They need to let you know.
one of them is on the wrong side of the road.
Look, as evidenced by the fucking forest full of destroyed cars, people in this area clearly can't fucking drive. So it's best just to have signs everywhere.
First aid kit small.
Now you were
For some
very
reason,
late.
that just made me think of, like, the weird Ace Attorney localization stuff. And it made me want to see, like, the Welcome to Greenvale sign be, like, one of
I
those
didn't think
giant
you'd keep me
old
waiting in
fucking,
the rain
like,
for so long.
Japanese shrine entrance barriers.
FBI
Just
special
in the middle of a
agent
US
Francis York Morgan.
road.
Please,
With
just
the
call me
fucking
York.
talismans hanging
That's what
down.
everyone calls me.
Just welcome to Greenvale.
Agent York?
Enjoy your hamburgers.
Are you the sheriff?
Eat your hamburger, Apollo.
No, I'm Deputy Sheriff Emily Wyatt. George. he's
Oh, hey,
the
Emily.
sheriff. He went looking for you, actually.
Fucking musical
You should
cue
be
when
back
she
soon.
shows up. Jesus.
I see.
It's
If you don't
fine.
I wonder if she's a good
Did you
guy.
walk
What?
all the way here?
Probably
My
not.
car broke down, that's all.
Can't trust her.
Look at that amazing water texture. Oh,
She's easy on the eyes.
you gotta fix
Definitely worth
the
a trip to the primitive world.
the
By the way,
gotta have
don't
the same
mention
f-stop
anything
on
about
both
what happened
cameras,
back there.
sweary.
She'll think you're a psycho. Don't want that, do we, Zach?
Welcome
So
to Greenvale.
that you
the
say
sheriff,
literally and
George
right
Morgan.
in front of
Call me
her.
George.
What's up, Burt Reynolds?
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Could you tell me why the FBI is so interested in a small-town homicide?
Let's just say it's a personal interest in killers of young women. I'm always looking for new sample cases to help me with my profiling.
Both our superiors have cleared this.
You one of
with each
them
other.
weird perverts,
remain
York.
You don't have a problem with this, do you?
No. No problem. Just want to set things straight. Our small town has its share of problems. I'm the one fixing them one by one and maintaining
Dramatic
peace and order.
smoking.
You can have your profiling sample, but I need you to understand that.
Of course. Of course. By the way, George, I had a little accident with my car. Could you
I had a
send someone to take
little in quotation marks.
care of it? Oh, and my clothes and luggage are still inside.
All right. Don't worry. I'll get my assistant Thomas to take
Just
care
make sure that you get the right car, because there was another car that
Do you
was
need
clearly
anything
messed
else?
up, but that one wasn't mine.
Thanks. That'll be all.
Don't worry about
Well
that
then.
guy.
Don't worry about that
Stop
one though.
first at the hotel. Then I'll join you on your investigation.
Don't know how to say that. We really don't need your help. Unlike some of your corrupt city police officers, I play it by the book. I hope you'll come to appreciate.
Rural police
that.
officers known for not being corrupt.
It's fine out
We'll
here.
handle the investigation. You just
Everything's
think of
fine.
this as
That
a
guy did not call
vacation.
him York.
Take it easy. Enjoy the
That
nature
son
here.
of a bitch.
You don't have to be a tree worshiper to appreciate the wildlife here.
York just pulls his gun and shoots him right in the back.
Zach, let's reassess.
Said
this.
call me
Right,
York!
start of the
There are
game.
no cavemen here.
You son of a
We're
bitch.
as far forward as the Middle Ages, and we've just met the king.
I love that fucking turn and look over the shoulder. Oh.
I like that the license
York
plate
is so
says
pissed.
Love Mauve. Right? Is it I Love Mauve or is it just Love Mauve? I love good license plates in video games.
Yeah.
Like Life is Strange.
Has some really good ones. Even though, again, the license plates in that one do kind of semi-spoil the game, potentially, if you understand the references somewhat. Due to the, one of those license plates referencing a movie with a particular serial killer who is not too dissimilar from a character in Life is Strange. Also, I'm just going to post that comment.
It's broken. I've been using that one for a long time.
Why don't you get it repaired?
And then I need to remember that I need
This
to go back
TV
and
is
play the rest
important to you,
of Three Houses at some point.
It's got some memories attached to it, sure. I used to watch movies on this thing with your grandma all the time.
Grandma liked movies?
Of course she did. Everyone loves movies.
Everyone
right?
loves
I
movies.
love movies too. I've never been to a movie theater though.
Those don't exist anymore after the pandemic, sweetheart. Perk, perk. I got a donut. Y'all go nuts for donuts. I think this is where they do like the hold your breath thing. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just crazy. Oh no, here we go.
Okay, yeah, for some reason I thought that was earlier. No? Do it now.
Well, I think in the original version it is earlier, but
York!
what up, small child?
Don't breathe. Hold your breath. They can't see you if you hold your breath. Hurry. Like this. Cover your mouth.
Gonna hold this R2 button. You know, I do at least appreciate, like... I can't say I've ever seen anything else with weird, backwards limbo zombies that don't see you if you hold your breath. You know?
That's fair. It's pretty original. Well, they do all kind of look like some fucking way into Heath Ledger's version of the Joker.
A little bit.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey, hello.
Hello.
Oh yeah, things are definitely still happening.
Oh yeah. We had to hold our breath so that the limbo zombies wouldn't see us.
Are you?
Can of pickles. Everybody loves the pickles.
Hell yeah.
Oh, look at that man underneath his covers. Look at how good these sheet physics are.
Zach, the
It's like a
symbolism in my dreams
giant
continues to intensify.
bed for a hotel.
A forest of red trees. A carpet
Pretty extravagant.
with red leaves. A strange doll. And
But like,
tiny
also this hotel
angels.
seems like it has.
But that child is what bothers me
This
the
hotel
most.
seems like it has like no guests.
I swear
Yeah.
I've seen him before. I just can't remember where.
Because who the fuck would come out here to this place?
Well, it'll probably come back to me eventually.
I don't think that's symbolism in your
For
dreams.
now, we need coffee.
That's something else, man. Symbolism
Let's head
would
to
be
the
more
cafeteria,
subtle, I
Zach.
think.
I hope they have some
What
real
about a
coffee.
painting of bananas?
I really need some coffee.
It's pretty subtle. Who
Then
knows
we
what
can
that
head
could
to the
mean?
sheriff's office. There's a proper procedure for everything, right, Zach?
Look at that mirror. Technology. Harry. This is like a really nice hotel.
And it's huge.
This is very huge. I also appreciate that the hotel has like house ads. It's like, yeah, I know you're in a hotel, but like, what if you bought a house, and moved here? Fish in the lake.
As they say, if you lived here, you'd be home now.
My favorite cartoon director. Sparkling. Here we go. This is the music right here.
Good morning, Mr. Morgan. Your breakfast is ready for you.
Lady, I told you to call me York!
Thank you, Mrs.
Polly Oxford. Just Polly is fine.
Well then. Thank you, Polly. I'm starving.
Rolling up my sleeves.
Is
Look at
everything all
this
right,
table.
Mr. Morgan?
Yes, it's delicious, Polly. My compliments to the chef.
I'm hoping my cooking will bring back repeat guests. Honestly, though, it's been a while since anyone has stayed here.
I couldn't help but notice. Aside from you and me, there seems to be no other guests or workers around.
What's that?
Oh, I really like that rolling up the sleeves
The
animation.
salt's in that white shaker there.
Thank you.
Why is this table only
I
have
was
two
wondering
chairs?
if there were any other guests or workers
Like, I get
here.
they're the only two
Oh,
there,
no,
but
no
the
one
fact
else.
there's only two chairs
My
at this
husband and I
absurd
used to run
fucking
this
table.
place, but he's in heaven
This
now.
is
You've
the
been
fucking
working here
table
alone
from the
since
Last
then.
Supper.
Must be
Put all
hard
the
by
chairs
yourself.
on the sides.
Oh my. We're all out of pepper. I'm very sorry.
It must be difficult to run a hotel by yourself.
Well, yes, I suppose. I could just live on my pension.
God
But
damn
I
it,
have to
lady.
admit, running a hotel is kind of like a hobby of mine.
That's nice. Polly, it might help to hear you better
fuck
if
you
you
run
could
this
sit
place,
a little
Polly?
closer.
Oh my, Mr. Morgan. You're embarrassing me. So
Inappropriate.
early in the day, too. I think I'm a little too old for you.
And I still love my departed husband. May God rest his soul.
I want to know
I
what
appreciate
he's
the
hearing,
invitation, but I'm fine over here.
or what she's hearing,
Polly.
rather.
I can hardly
want
hear
this
you
cutscene
from all the
from her
way over
perspective.
there.
You're
Yes.
exaggerating. This is fine. It won't do to be all clumped together with such a large table and cafeteria. We have to make use of all this space.
Now tell me, that wound on your face, what happened?
Let's just say I had some trouble during the last case I was working on. I'm sure it'll heal. It's just a flesh wound.
Oh my, well, there's no need to be the tough guy here. I want you to be able to relax here. I've prepared a special room
got a
for you.
giant
A famous
bed.
rock star once stayed in the same room, you know.
Really? I feel honored.
If you need anything at all, just let me know. I'll help you out in any way I can.
Zach, the lady is offering to help. Do you want to ask her about the town?
What?
Say, Polly, what can you tell me about this town?
Well, let me see.
Are you talking to
You
your
might know this
imaginary
already,
friend?
But the town is called Greenvale. It rains here quite often, but it's a nice place, surrounded with nature. It was a big and prospering lumber town until not so long ago. We used to have a population of over 6,000 people. Less than a tenth of them left now.
This hotel was built back then. We saw plenty of guests in those days.
That's why this place is so big for such a small community.
I have so many fond memories
this
from
game
back
runs too
then. I
fast.
suppose the clock on the community center is quite famous too.
The clock?
Oh yes,
Not
it's
made for
lovely.
800 megahertz
It rings in the
computers from
morning
year
and at
2000.
night
It
to
was
let
made
the
for
whole
substantially
town know
slower
the
computers
time.
from
You'll
7
hear
years
it many
before that.
times during your stay.
What game are you
It's a
talking
beautiful
about?
sound. And you'll
Power
love
Beat.
it too, I
It's a
think.
banger
I look
for
forward to
the
hearing it then.
Anything
Nice.
else you'd like to know
The
about?
last
OS 7,
time,
roughly.
the last time I remember having a problem like that, where a computer I had was actually too good to run something,
Well, Mr.
was
Morgan,
funny enough
I'd better
with the
start cleaning
E-machine,
up. You just
where
take it
because
easy.
it was
I'll
like
bring
a
your coffee out in a
multi-core
moment.
thing.
Thank you,
apparently
Polly.
Silent Hill 2's PC
I have to
version
warn you, though.
was made
I am
early enough
very
that having
particular
multiple
about my
CPU
coffee.
cores running at
The
the same
very best
time
you have, please.
makes that game
I
just shit itself and
understand.
die.
I'll be right
Super
back
hard.
with it.
So you actually had to go into the task manager and like shut off one of your CPU cores to play the PC version properly.
So I think
It
I'll
was
be
kind
able
of
to run-
nuts, but
I think I'll be able to run
interesting.
a lot of games on this laptop, but some I might have to emulate even older Macintoshes to play.
Look with interest.
Did you see that, Zach? Clear as a crisp spring morning. F.K. in the coffee. I knew I could count on it. Never fails.
Look at that smile.
Let's get going.
And know who should be in the Super Smash Brothers DLC?
Who?
Dork.
I don't know, unless you've got a good idea for his up B. Although theoretically, I guess now all of his moves could just be 6 skateboard tricks.
Yeah.
His gimmick is that you hit down B to shave his beard. Grows steadily over the course of the fight.
This hotel also just kind of looks like the nursing home my grandma used to live in. Like, it had the same kind of lobby layout, like a weird restaurant area next to it, which I guess is not all that uncommon.
Yeah. Well, this is definitely much nicer than nursing homes I've seen in my home. I mean, like, just layout-wise. Most of the nursing homes I've seen have been significantly smaller than this fucking monstrosity. You know, small-town nursing homes.
Here we go. Give me more of this whistle music.
A police car. So we have
Thanks,
King
George.
George to thank for preparing a car for me. A pleasant surprise, eh, Zach? Let's take it for a spin.
I hope it's got a laptop in the passenger seat. Oh, curses, it doesn't.
I have to tell you, Zach, this place simply amazes me. The keys were left on the front hood, and nobody stole the car. Values. This town has what the country needs. Values. Let's head over to the sheriff's department.
Oh no, there is a laptop. Here's all this stuff. Gonna... The only frame rate. Only important thing is the talk button and the go button. Should have looked more at the controls. Because
This town has what the country needs.
Map. Oh boy, this map is real good. Okay, we want to hang a right and then a left. Go. What we need. If I can remember what the... Oh, that's turned on the windshield wipers. The headlight. There we go. That's what I want. I want the good sounds also.
So, Zach,
Tell me
those
about
bonus
bonus
features in
features.
DVDs nowadays. You know, the ones from the 80s have almost no bonus material. Even if they do, it's a trailer and the visual quality is pretty bad. Well, that visual quality is a good reminder of those days. So many new audio and visual appliances were coming out back then. Do you remember the first video deck we bought? We bought it to record one of the Star Wars movies on TV. And remember when that video store opened, we spent hours there, just trying to find a good movie to rent. There weren't that many to choose from.
Roads are so wide.
I remember renting some really bad ones after reading those back cover taglines. Hey, remember? Attack of the Killer Tomatoes? Filmed in 1978. Produced, directed, written, and edited by John DeBello. It was really awful, but for some reason I still remember it pretty well. It had so many sequels, and the original was re-released in '95. The 87-minute long theatrical release bumped up to a whopping 90 minutes. But that was around the time I joined the Bureau.
90 minutes.
I never had a chance to see it. I know.
3 whole new
Once this case
minutes
is over, we can watch it together.
of
I bet we
Attack
can
of
buy
the
a
Killer
copy on the internet pretty
Tomatoes.
easily.
I've never seen Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
I have definitely seen that movie. I also played the bad NES game. The bad NES game is really bad, but I played way too much of it. Main thing I remember is the second level in that
That's
game
one fine
had
building for such a
perspective shift
small
when you
town.
got the boss. It
The
went from a
exterior
side-scrolling
looked like a
platformer to
spectacular.
like a
Don't you agree?
almost
Zach?
Wild Guns style thing where you're running back and forth on a platform throwing rocks, like, back into the background to hit a pipe organ that is shooting evil tomatoes at you from the pipe organ. And as a child, it blew my fucking mind that the game had shifted perspectives.
It's like Contra,
Even though
but
it-
I'm too
it
young
kind-
to know what Contra
Yeah,
is.
I didn't know what the fuck Contra was.
I like the poster that says "Most Wanted," and then there's a picture of a
Pleasure to
like
meet
a
you, Agent Morgan.
very old
We've
policeman
been
with a
expecting you.
dog.
I'm Thomas McLean, the sheriff's
Most
assistant.
Wanted.
You don't even want to know what that guy did.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
I got my badge.
Please just call me York. It's what everyone else calls me.
Very well then, Agent York.
I believe I owe you a thank you for retrieving my belongings from my car. Thanks.
Oh, no, just doing my job.
Man's tie is
I want to help
very
do everything
small.
I can to help the investigation. I just can't believe Anna was murdered. She was such a bright and lovely girl.
Did you know her well?
Well, no, not really. But it's a very small town. I'm sorry. It's just that this is the first really big case I've ever seen.
the first murder.
I understand. Just try to relax. Can I have a look at Anna's file now?
Yes, of course. The sheriff told me to let you through to the meeting room, but I've lost the key to the cabinet where the files are. Why don't you take a look around while I go look for it?
Okay. Let me know when things are ready.
I'm out!
Zach, Thomas appears to be the kind and sensitive type, totally at odds with the monarch. Almost a good setting for a cartoon.
There's a save point, which will not hit quite. We got the locker room, we got the kitchen room, the material room, storage, not a room. Fire exit. What should I do? I guess we'll look for the Southern Flying Squirrel key.
That does seem like it's what has to happen.
I wish I remembered which one. I think 'cause I use my prior knowledge of this video game, and I think it's the one that's like down here somewhere.
Ah, what you don't know is they shuffled the location of the keys in the fucking new version.
Yeah, but I've played the new version way more than I've played
Damn
the
it.
old version, so I think it's
also,
down here
I don't
somewhere.
think they actually. Also, they didn't actually shuffle the location. It'd be funny if they did.
It would be funny. I don't think it's... That's not it. Up. Most wanted. Look at that dog. It's just a picture of a dog.
That dog's a fucking monster. You have no idea.
I appreciate that the metal door creaks like it's made out of wood. I think this is the Southern Flying Squirrel key. I hope. Yep. Playing the director's cut. Here you go. Here's your key, I think.
It's probably the right one.
You found
To
the
just
key?
show him the
That's the right one?
the police car key.
Yes, a southern flying
Yeah.
squirrel. Thank you so much. I'll bring the files right in, so please go to the meeting room.
Okay.
Look at that smile.
I'll be waiting for you.
Well, Zach, we
That's
just got
the
here.
smile
and we've
of a
cracked a big
man.
case already.
It was very good, happy, something. I don't know, that sentence got away from me.
The victim's name was Anna Graham. Age 18, she just recently graduated from high school this year. Her dream was to move out to the city and become a model. But for the time being, she was working in the A&G diner here in town. She lived with her mother, Sally. Anna's father died in an accident in the lumber mill when she was a child. Her mother is unemployed and lives on the insurance money from her husband's accident. After all, it's a small town with a low cost of living. Financially, they seem to get by fine, and they led normal lives.
This is a weirdly
normal life
realistic
is exactly
depiction
what a
of
curious
like
teenager
a
doesn't want.
CRT
It's
getting
all
shot by a
starting to make
camera.
sense, Zach.
City folk, huh? No, I take that back. All of them can't be as bad as him, and some should have better manners.
Huh. This is a good biscuit. I've never tasted a biscuit this delicious.
Where in town can I get these?
Well, actually, I baked them myself.
That's amazing.
What are you doing in law enforcement? I'm very particular about biscuits, I'll have you know.
Very
The
particular
balance
about his
of milk
biscuits
and
and his
butter
coffee.
you've achieved here. Oh my.
Agent Morgan, the autopsy's ready. You are welcome to accompany me to the Greenvale General Hospital. Emily, you come too. Thomas, stay here and tidy up these files.
Yes, sir.
We're going to use the car outside. Let's get going. You might think this is just a small-town police investigation, but our inspections are thorough and solid. I'm hoping you won't slow us
Ambrosia
down.
Software CD-ROM. Say goodbye to lengthy downloads.
That's probably legit.
I mean, it was a thing that existed, and this game was 6.7 megabytes, so...
That would be a big download back in, 1987, 88, 91.
Any time before we got past 56K modems, that would be a bit of time. So, like, before the year 2000, really.
This is probably not a detail that comes... Tato. This is not a detail that would come out on this stream, but I like that the coffee image, I think, for coffee black, says coffee milk on it, which is not black
The
coffee.
Greenvale General Hospital
Put milk
is down
in
the
it.
road by the lake.
It's not how this
It's
works.
too far to walk. Come on, get in the car.
If I'm riding in a car,
It's not
George,
even
I
boss
prefer
coffee.
the driver.
I mean,
Can you
maybe
provide a car for
maybe
me?
the thing on it
What are
is
you
just
talking about? You don't even know how to
advertising
get
coffee
there.
with milk. Because you're drinking black
There's
coffee,
another
so
good
clearly you
reason for
don't
me to
know that
drive,
coffee
George.
with milk is a
I
thing.
need to learn my way around town.
It's letting you know this could be better.
Oh, man. Very well. Then I'll ride with you. I want to keep an eye on you.
Fair enough.
Make sure you don't do anything weird with your city
Just one thing,
ways.
Agent Morgan. Your involvement in this case is limited. That means you don't have to learn your way around town.
George, we better get moving. The hospital closes at
Jay, how the
2100.
default pilot name is Rickard Slab.
That is a fucking Hey, look, this guy's license plate says spy
That's- yeah.
fiction.
That's some space mutiny right
Yeah,
there.
that's the word I was trying to get out. Also, like that this one says vid games. That one also says spy fiction. Man, I put on my sick raincoat very quickly. Oh, they're...
Yeah, spy fiction. The origin story of Forrest Kaysen.
I wanted to look at more license plates, and they're like, "Nah, you gotta get in this car."
Agent Morgan, get us there quickly, but drive within the speed limit. Just because you have a badge doesn't mean you can drive like a maniac.
George, what are you, his mother?
We just need to get the autopsy results.
Agent York isn't accustomed to the town yet. Give him a little slack.
So it'll be just like this movie I saw recently, George, The Fast and the Furious Tokyo
Well, then, Agent
Drifts.
York, let's get going.
Sure, sounds good.
You ever seen it, George? Whee! Oh, this car sounds so goofy. We're gonna pull up the map so I can see where I'm going. Because that's not the right way. Up here, up there. Oh. We turn right, and then... Okay. I'm gonna say I know where I'm going, but I mean...
I can't help noticing.
I feel like we all know that that is not the accurate...
Don't you get lonely? Flying all over the country alone?
What am I
I say I've never felt lonely.
Are you married?
Unfortunately, relationships and I are fleeting strangers. I don't get on very well with women, you might be surprised to hear.
That's because you're young. You notice things like that at my age. You have to treat women carefully, like a thin crystal wine glass. If you don't, they can cut scars on your face, just like yours, right?
Stop talking about my face scars.
I see you're a seasoned professional.
They're very
But let's
impressive
not talk
facial
about
scars.
I mean, they're super cool.
It was caused by a problematic woman.
Well, she got you good.
I don't understand why everybody is like so
It'll
impressed.
fade away.
It's they're like, fine,
Nobody will notice it.
it's little scratches,
A
really.
week?
You know,
It's not that
Yeah.
light of a wound.
you're out here in the boonies. People don't see cool scars out
So,
here
Emma,
like you get in the city.
tell me, is there really a need for a full-time sheriff in a small town like this?
I'm sure it is small to your city eyes, but any gathering of people leads to all kinds of problems. Fights, runaways, stray pets.
You're too fixated on violent crimes.
Man, what if
Our
it turned out
job
that
is to
scar
guide
was
the people along
caused
the
by
correct path.
some
First and
random
foremost,
razor
that's what I
blade
consider to be
involved.
my
It's
duty
caused
as the
by
sheriff of Greenville.
York eating
There he
shit
is.
on a
The
skateboard.
monarch.
That's why he's not skateboarding around town here. Is he's still trying to
Did you say
recover his
something, Agent
confidence.
No, nothing, George.
That'd be really
Trying to
good.
get wrong.
A little history.
Well, we're in the middle of a homicide
York got skate
investigation.
free and just went
Keep your
flying
mind
off
on the
into
matter
the
at hand.
distance.
Okay, which right now is driving.
Now I just hope Deadly Premonition 2 has the weird skate, like, bone breaking cam or whatever the fuck that was.
Oh, the Hollow Meat.
Yeah. Just every time you mess up a trick, you just X-ray attack York. Just watch every bone in his body explode
That's
simultaneously.
a pretty big hospital. I guess they wanted to be ready for town-wide food poisoning.
No, it's another leftover from the town's prosperous slumber days.
So around
Imagine
here is
now,
where
isn't it?
the
My
PC
mother always talked
version
about how energetic
always
this town
kind
used
of
to
kept crashing on me.
be. Almost like a gold rush, she used to say.
And that's why you have to put it in the Windows 95 compatibility mode.
But the hotter the fever, the faster it cools. And so now there's hardly anyone left to use this place.
It pains me to watch my hometown lose so many citizens.
Windows 95 sounds
Beyond
about right
your
for
understanding,
this
I'm
game.
sure.
Yes, I'm sorry to say that it is.
Indeed.
It's also
That's why
unfortunate
this
because
case is
when you put it
our
in Windows
There really
95
isn't any
compatibility
need for me
mode,
to get
it
too involved.
disables the USB controllers because Windows 95.
So Windows 95, that's even an option on modern OSs? They go back that far?
So I haven't played this on like Windows 10, but it was in Windows 7. Because that was the thing. Because I kept Googling like, "Hey, Deadly Premonition keeps crashing at this one spot," and someone was like, "Oh, if this keeps happening, just put it in Windows 95 compatibility mode."
Okay, and wow, you're right. Like, because even on Windows 10, you can go all the way back to Windows 95.
I think Dr. Johnson is in the computer room.
It's got Windows 95 through Windows 8.
Computer room.
2 service packs of Vista. No, 3 service packs of
Nice
Vista.
to meet you, Mr. FBI
Windows
agent.
8.
The computer room is where our
And
employees
Windows
share
98
computers.
/ME mode.
Very nice to meet you, too. I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
I got my badge.
How did you know I was FBI?
Easy. None of the police in this
No
town
one ever
wear
said
clothes.
Microsoft didn't try.
Besides, that scar on your face is the biggest rumor in town.
It's a
Rumors
really
get
cool scar.
exaggerated as they spread, even in the countryside.
What's that you're reading, if I may ask?
Myers House.
You haven't heard of this yet? It's a recent bestseller mystery. It's set in the U.S., a small traditional North American town close to the Canadian border. A peaceful,
like
traditional
this.
place. However, that peaceful town is shattered by a terrible crime, the murder of a local girl. And that incident causes grief and sadness to everyone in town. But everyone
Like this.
knows the seditious, heinous evil still lurking, alive. Yes, much like the situation right now here in Greenvale.
Fiona, don't say that.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. With Anna dead and all.
Don't worry. Books are written to entertain, and it's good.
Appreciate
you're
that
enjoying.
nurse in the
What
back
we're
just trying to
faced with
pretend
here
she's
is a
doing something
terrible
productive for
crime
the rest of her
committed in
day.
a real world.
Yeah.
Just waiting out the
Much
time
different
clock.
from that of a
Men
novel.
look busy.
So there's no need to apologize.
Thank you, Agent York.
Like, man, these files sure are made of cardboard.
Double checking the labels on these shelves.
Gotta find the computer room. I will say that the one downside of playing on the PS3 and not the PC version is some of these posters have some really good text on them.
And can you not read them on the PS3 version?
It's a little blurrier. Like, it's still possible, it's just not as
clear.
Sounds like you need to get the best of both worlds by emulating the PS3 version.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, here we go. Yes, your doctor told us that you air to be our patient. Accept our enthusiastic congratulations and well wish on your coming event. And be assured that we have a very personal interest in your case and have already taken steps to see to it that your stay in the Palo Alto hospital will pay us a social visit before you enter. We want to vent and gree you for yours.
Palo Alto. Oh no, that hits a bit close to home.
Our town. Shapely. Resources, this butt magazine.
We couldn't find him.
Fiona needs to check her information.
No, I don't think so. Does the doctor like playing games by any chance?
What do you mean?
There's a message on the computer, and a card key already set in place.
Yeah.
The king passes the rook and meets the bishop. The knight takes a pawn along for the queen.
What does that all mean?
It's a simple puzzle.
Zach, let's take him up on his challenge. You can do this, right?
Got this. Check me out. I'm super good at puzzles. Puzzles.
The doctor awaits below with the deceased.
Another code? But there's nowhere to insert a password.
More games. I'm going to get Fiona to call
games.
Usha up here right now.
No need, George. The message appeared with the card key. It's telling us where to use it.
This is not the time to be joking around, Agent Morgan.
Dr. Usha is below with the deceased.
Stop calling me Agent Morgan.
Below being underground, I take it.
My name's York.
Simple. Then it's time to meet the mischievous architect of this little game.
Nah.
We're just like, oh, I wanted to get him to come up here, though. Love your eyes. Like your eyes, wahaha. Registration and fill. Room number. Therapeutic see what? Blood. $sign Rhine collection. X-ray room. Hello, kitty. Chest X-ray. Fafa, my girl. Polyclinic machines exam of internal medicine. Deadly Premonition. I really like the painted on do not enter, like, clearly supposed to be plastic things, but it didn't have time to make a model. I'll just stick it on the doors, no one will notice.
Oh, yeah, it's not great. Somehow I never noticed those in all the times I've seen this. Or do you think it was just stick them as a picture on the doors, or do you think at some point they had like an actual... Shit, I just realized how stupid this is gonna sound. Do you think they had an actual model and they had them there, and then they realized it, like, made it hard to navigate the environment, so they took them out of the way?
I was also... that's not dumb, because I was having that realization of, like, man, if they had those, that would actually be not great.
No, the reason that it's dumb is because I literally just remembered every other environment in this game where they don't give a fuck about blocking your movement with random clutter. Literally nowhere else in the game do they ever make it easy to navigate the environment by removing random bullshit from the floors. So why would they have done that here?
Also, there's a model that's totally one of those little plastic standees. Deadly Premonition.
I'm gonna assume that those were placeholders and they were going to put those things in the hallway, and then they just never got around to it. Like, they were going to go by and remove that from the doors and then put the actual little model in front, and they were just like, or we could just not do that, because it's a lot of doors.
That's a lot of doors. Where is the stupid stairway? Oh, yeah! Thank you to Press X to Jason in the chat. There are also these, like, gurneys that you can push around.
This game is a mystery.
Hey, have you guys seen the staircases? No? Okay. Why is this room red? I have a map. Oh. Went the wrong way. I do have a map. Oh, there it is. Okay. Gotta go here. And then I was literally like 5 feet away from the stairs. Ooh. Camera? There we go. Beep. You really need to open that shelving thing, York. Very important. Oh my god, I have to go around into the other part of the room. Wait, there's another thing. Caution your body! Also a wait. First of all, caution your body. Per examination service. Oh wait, no, we've... At least some of it. Here's your premarital exam guide. Very important to have a premarital medical exam.
Usha, sorry to keep you waiting.
Ah, you made it. Let's get started, shall we?
What up, Usha?
This is Agent Morgan from the FBI.
Nice
From
to
New
meet
York.
you. I'm Usha Johnson, the doctor in this hospital.
FBI Special
The
Agent
only
Francis
doctor.
York Morgan. Please, call me York. Everyone calls me that.
Very well, Agent York.
Are you a forensic practitioner?
Let's just say I've dealt with corpses before.
I like that Emily's
That'll
even
look
getting
whiffs, by
tired
the
of
way.
just like the...
Did you create that yourself?
It's
I just
stop
wanted to see if
talking
our
about
FBI agent could
York,
handle the
Francis
task.
York Morgan.
I see. Well, it was pretty fun.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
We don't have much time. We need those autopsy results.
Cut the fun music out. We got things to do, says George.
Next time, try challenging us without obstructing an investigation. You've angered the monarch.
We're just having this conversation over the dead body.
Yeah, the
From the
riddles are
onset of rigor
super
mortis,
fun.
The stiffening of the muscles. The time of death is estimated to be between 20 and 2200 hours. That's still quite early for such a crime to take place. Note that there are 2 exterior wounds, pressure marks around the neck, and a long cut running from chest to abdomen. Blood marks on her right hand tell us she was gripping something round in her right hand. Her skull is also fractured, but that is unrelated to the cause of death. It probably happened to her after she was killed. Now, I first thought death by suffocation, due to the marks on her neck. But after further investigation, I now have a different conclusion.
Yes.
The direct cause of death was loss of blood from the wound.
Ouch.
Which means...
She was cut up while she was still alive.
Yes, a sharp knife was used. It was inserted beneath the sternum and then quickly sliced downwards. The excessive loss of blood from her internal organs is what actually killed her.
That would do
her
it.
nails are clean, and with no skin cells from the attacker. She also doesn't appear to have been bound nor badly beaten. She was apparently killed without resistance. The most tragic thing, however, was that she was unable to speak her story to anyone who could hear her cries.
One more time with a little less poeticism.
The perpetrator cut out Anna's tongue.
Thank you.
Well, I believe she was drugged first to phase her consciousness, and then the killer killed her. Now, the killer most likely has a deep, traumatized past concerning women. He probably cannot converse with them normally. Cutting out the tongue suggests a very lonely individual. Either that, or a truly hardcore sadist.
Or both.
He must get off on watching women suffer, especially when they can't answer back. Now, he watched as the blood pumped from her body, as she gradually grew cold. Now, a case in Seattle in 1985 was much like...
Usha, please, limit your report to your findings as a doctor. Criminal profiling is my job.
Okay.
You're wrong, also. Anna died fully, deeply, painfully aware of what was happening to her.
But,
Tell me, what time did it stop raining on the night Anna was killed?
Just before I went to bed, right after the movie on TV ended, so around 1 a.m.
What movie was it?
Very
An
important.
American Werewolf in London.
Directed by John Landis, 1981. So the rain stopped, accompanied by the ending song, Blue Moon. George, would you mind if I examined Anna myself?
What more do you hope to find?
I'm sure I mentioned that I have a personal interest in cases like these.
What's up, Usha?
Oh, York is such a fucking weirdo. Just everything about this guy.
It's fine.
I mean, it ends up fine, but like, Jesus
From
Christ,
a lack of resistance,
this guy.
I'd say that Anna's injuries...
Can't even really blame George for being upset with him at this
Unable
point.
to speak, she was then left to cry herself to death.
Zach, it's all starting to come together.
What movie were you
Traitor
watching?
Stayed with her for at least 2 hours until it
Start
stopped
rattling
raining.
off fucking trivia about American Werewolf in London.
At the estimated time of her
It's very
death,
important
it
for
was
the
still
murder
raining.
case.
Oh yeah.
But you can still see tear marks on her cheeks. That means she was killed under a roof somewhere. She was then carried into the woods after it stopped raining.
There's one other thing. Her tongue was removed with a very blunt knife. In fact, it's more likely it was simply chopped off.
Asha, are you a passionate man?
Well, not particularly, but I am man enough should the moment call for it.
George, how about you?
I'm very passionate. Yes. Especially when it comes to women. But I don't see what that has to do with anything.
George, the perpetrator is just like you. He's passionate about women. He's a passionate kisser. This was a kiss of...
Oh, gross.
Ah, the perpetrator. Bit off Anna's tongue.
You gotta have really strong teeth to do that, I would imagine.
But this is still a big lead.
Gross.
Jackpot, Zach. A shame, but our old-time all-American sightseeing tour just came to an end.
This case is now under the jurisdiction of the FBI. I'm assuming command. I'll need you to assist me in the investigation.
What in the hell do you mean, Agent Morgan?
What in
I
hell?
know I said I was passionate, but you can't think I did this.
That's not why I'm assuming command, George. You're a suspect just as much as every other passionate man on Earth. Let me show you something. There you go. Amazing, huh? I'm sure you have a lot of questions, but most of the details are top secret. George, Emily, we should be going. No need to stay here any longer.
Okay. I have to sign the release. Just give me a
How many of those did you have?
Very well.
So many.
I'll go on ahead.
Every fucking pocket on that jacket was full of plastic bags full of seeds.
Bishop takes queen. His rook takes your queen. Then your knight takes rook. And checkmate.
Huh?
Hold on, we gotta get the goofy music back.
My first victory in the Grandmaster ranking.
Oh, Asha. Hey, York, something weird's going on behind you.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Zach, they're here.
Oh, that sign says something about OSHA. That's great. That ain't OSHA approved, Fitty.
What's the OSHA stance on zombies in the workplace?
You like Twin Peaks? I'd say I think Swery does, but he's never seen it, so how can he like something he's never seen?
I was just thinking that I want fucking Deadly Premonition to be very much like not True Detective Season 1 or something.
So, do you want to know a secret?
Is it not True Detective Season 1?
Kind of just seems like True Detective.
Great. So I was gonna say, because I looked at like a thing, I was looking up the characters revealed so far for Deadly Premonition 2, and Gort and his sidekick and the other lady who's helping him out in the future are all listed under a character section labeled True Detectives. So yeah.
Also, if you haven't seen that release date trailer that they put out,
I think I did. I think it was just a while ago.
It's just the opening to True Detective.
Oh, God damn it, Sweary.
Look, man.
What?
He's never seen it.
I'm sure he hasn't. How long do you think that's gonna work? Well, I mean, especially considering they already had to change Deadly Premonition once.
They did, which is really funny.
Like, wouldn't... Okay, how funny would it be, though, if Deadly Premonition 2 got, like, a 6-month delay because they had to go back and change a bunch of shit that was too close? Like, I think that'd be the funniest reason to have a game delay. It's not just like, oh, polish or whatever. It's like, no, we have to play this game for legal reasons. We gotta file these serial numbers off her.
We gotta replace Woody Harrelson. I want to point out that this sign says medicament storage, and then also hickey storage, and also dead house.
It's very important to keep those contained.
Gotta contain the hickeys.
You don't want them just all over the place.
On the other hand, I mean, I always loved those skateboarding sections of True Detective.
I know it's True Detective Season 2, but I was just picturing the events of I was like, that honestly seems like a thing that would have happened.
Probably.
There's a lot of zombie nurses in this hospital.
Yep. Silent Hill-like in the amount of zombie nurses.
Are you playing on a really low difficulty or something? I noticed these enemies die fast.
I don't know. I just hit new game.
Do you think... Well, I was gonna say, do you think they actually lowered the health of a bunch of these enemies or something? Because didn't it used to take, like, a fucking ton to kill these even generic zombies?
It does ramp up.
Yeah. I don't remember too much about this whole hospital sequence. Maybe it was just significantly easier earlier on. But I know there was a point at which this handgun becomes next to useless.
Yes.
Yeah, that much is true.
Or again, it was during the giant monster.
Maybe I'm just really good at getting headshot.
I mean, I can confidently say you are probably better at this game than Brad was. I feel like that is a fair assumption to make. Okay, apparently the director's cut dropped in.
Go director's cut.
Probably a good move.
Probably a good move.
Less of pain.
You remember that whole episode of the Ryan Brad endurance run that was just Brad trying to fight with, like, one of the wall ladies?
Yes.
Indeed.
And then he beat that one wall lady and he goes around the corner and there's like 3 more.
Because the pro strats in the Xbox version were to get the wrench as early as possible and or the guitar later and just melee everything to death.
Yes.
Which is York's crowbar.
All of that said, you are still probably a better shot than Brad shooting.
Yeah, I'm not saying he isn't.
Actually, is it? I have a. My cruel production is on. I don't want to. Settings. I don't know what difficulty I'm playing on. Or if this version even has difficulty settings like the first one did, apparently.
I'm gonna assume not. Cruel production, also a good alternate name for yours.
Hey.
What?
Fair.
You gonna argue?
No. No, I am not.
Also, hey, you see they added all of David Cage's games to Steam, TFP.
I saw that.
I thought about sending you some of those for your birthday, but I decided against it.
Good, because you
But
want.
I almost did.
You want to know my shameful
You already own
secret?
them all?
Not
You
on
already own
Steam,
them all.
but I already owned them
Okay.
all. Okay, there is.
Yeah,
no
but if you own them on
difficulty
yet another platform, then you know.
Because Omicron was in that Square Enix bundle they did a while ago. Rob gave me Fahrenheit at some point. And then Heavy Rain, Beyond, and Detroit were all PS Plus free. So I have all of the David Cage games, and that's not a very proud thing for me to say. Oh yeah, also, have you looked at the point shop thing they added? This is probably why this
On
room was
Steam?
red, because check it out, there's a bunch of crazy shit now. Yeah.
The weird Steam point shop thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Why?
Because I did not realize that, there's a Indigo Prophecy emote that's just like a picture of the QuickTime event stuff, and the name of the emote is Simon Says. The right reason to own any of the Quantic Dream games is by not paying for any of them except one that was like literal cents in a bundle. Filled with other stuff that is good, like Deus Ex. Legacy of Kain Defiance. That's a great game.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Soul Reaver 2 has a really good ending.
Does have a very good ending.
All the dungeon sieges were in that bundle. I'm gonna push this thing. Stop pushing this thing. What's up, Brent? I want Agent Connor. Give
here! Over here!
Hi. Literally right in front of you.
Yeah, that's solely for 2 endings. The entire Legacy of Kain series being described as Raziel and Kain punching time until it gives up.
It's not inaccurate. But yeah, that Square Enix bundle had every Legacy of Kain game except Blood Omen 1. That was an acquisition game. Also, I forget the name of the game, but there was one game during, like, one of those Guerrilla Collective indie whatever direct things that looked like someone played a lot of Blood Omen 1 and said, what if I made Blood Omen 1? But more modern? Question mark?
Fair question.
I don't remember what it was called. I don't think I can go in here. Nope. Go in here, though. Oh, right, okay. I remember this room a lot because we're almost to the end of the section, and there's a save point right here because the video game would crash every time I would try to leave this hospital in the PC version.
Fun!
So we're gonna save just in case this PS3 version gets any funny ideas. They don't
make sense.
I feel like this version is less crashy than the PC version, but you know.
I mean, ideally, the PC version is the crashiest version of any given game.
Ideally. I mean, ideally, no version is the crashiest version, but...
There's always a crashiest version.
Yeah. I remember watching this cutscene times, trying to figure out why the game kept crashing. I'll take less crashy. Less crashy is great. I don't have to run this game in PS1 compatibility mode to leave this hospital. Man, imagine if like consoles had compatibility modes for video games. That's true. Let me tell you, as someone who has, you know, done the QA for the video games, it's very hard to have a completely crash-free video game. Some might say it's impossible. Because you can always do something stupid. The game will be like, nah. I don't want any. Oh, I can't get... Oh, there we go. I couldn't walk over the zombie corpse to pick up the shotgun bullets for the shotgun that I don't have.
I swear. Let me die.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're good! Everything's fine. There we go. Chocolate chip cookie.
Agent Morgan, if you're so desperate, then why not smoke two at once?
Also, stop smoking in the hospital, you jerk. That man is prepared for our current day situation. He's wearing his face covering.
Who's that old man?
That's Harry. Harry Stewart. One of the bigger
He's not
problems
touching
around
his
here.
face.
His father started up the lumber trade.
It's important these
founded
days.
this town. But he's a weird one, as I'm sure
He's ahead of the curve, this guy.
Always dressed like that, never speaking to the townsfolk. And just FYI, he owns almost the entire town. Not that that makes any difference. So long as I'm around, he won't be getting away with any funny business.
Mysterious Capitalist is still a really good rap name.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, haste won't lead you to what you seek. Keep your eyes focused on your footing as we speak. So says Mr. Stewart.
Nice to meet you, too. How did you know my name?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, information desires you, just as you desire information too. So says Mr.
What does that
Stewart.
even mean?
Harry, stop trying to get in our way. Keep this up, and even you'll have to answer to the law.
He does have his own hype, man.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, with each rain our town goes mad. To our disdain, unpreventable. So sad. So says Mr. Stewart.
Thanks for the warning.
Then we shall depart, Mr. Francis
The
York
rhyming
Morgan.
is, you know...
Absurd.
Yeah. I want to know what those lines are like if you read them in Japanese. I'd say if even because
That's how he always is.
like all the
Always
early
spouting
Rainy
that
Woods
nonsense.
trailers were
Don't give it any thought.
were in English
It's all
because they still
gibberish.
had that guy. They still had
Emily
Seaman
here.
talking.
Oh,
I mean,
Okay,
you're gonna
thank
spend
you,
the money
Thomas.
for Seaman. You're gonna use it.
Agent York, we've contacted the first witnesses to the crime scene. You can interview them where they found the dead body.
Excellent. I was just about to ask if you could take me there.
Excuse me. Sorry. I had to sneeze. Root beer effectively fends off sleep. I feel like that's not 100% accurate, but, you know. Depends on the root beer. Most root beer's not even caffeinated.
The body was found in the Greenvale Forest Park. That's west from here, and too far to walk.
A forest park?
It's the pride of the town. It has a beautiful trail leading to a viewing site over Velvet Falls.
Oh, that does sound fantastic. Show me the sights.
That may have to wait. We promised to be there by 1800 to interview the first witnesses to the crime scene.
Anyway. Use this phone. Probably call that a stream because it's been about 2 hours.
Okie dokie.
Oh, right around there.
Join us next time for more
Deadly Premonition.
Deadly Premonition.
You can actually finish this game and prepare for the sequel.
Yeah. Hopefully.
God, I hope so.
Night, everybody.